Hello and thank you for joining me for another video. In the previous video, I have talked about copyright issues and what are copyrights and how do you make sure that you are not violating any copyright or intellectual property of another person or a business or a group. In this video, I'll be talking about trademarks and what are trademarks and how you can avoid any trademark infringement before submitting your designs on Amazon Merch. Trademarks are actually a little different than copyrights. While the copyrights are for designs and for artistic works, trademarks are for slogans and for phrases. Trademarks issues are a little bit complex than copyrights because trademarks are being misused by certain people. Before I dig deep into these trademark issues and trademarks and tell you more about it, I should put a disclaimer here that this is not a legal advice. If you want to be sure about your specific example or for your specific case, you should consult some lawyer who has experience in dealing with trademarks and copyrights. This is just my experience. I am giving you the example from my life on different experience that I had dealing with trademark issues and copyrights. So uh, as you can see, I'm here on a website called trademarkia.com. Amazon actually suggests that before submitting your design, you should check your phrases and words with USPTO. So before I go and tell you how I check my words and phrases for trademarks protection, I should tell you that what are trademarks and what they were initially meant for. Trademarks were actually meant for to protect a business's identity. For example, a person opens up a company with a certain name or with a certain brand. So in order to make sure that someone else does not copy the same brand name or the same brand logo or identity, he used to trademark the name of the company or the name of the brand, which gives him the right to use that brand name. And if somebody else tries to copy it, he can go on in the court and say that that person is actually violating his trademark. So this is the actually a these were the these were so this was the actual concept behind trademarks. But as the time passed and people started using different businesses and online businesses and the print on demands and other types of stuff, so people started misusing trademarks. So what actually they do is that they go and trademark some phrases and then wait for somebody else to use that phrase, and then they can come up and say, hey, you are using this phrase and this phrase is actually trademarked for by me. I am the rights owner for this trademark, you cannot use this phrase. So either they demand money or they say that you should take down that design or that product from the listing online. So there is nothing we can do about it. So that is the issue. That is why that is why I have already explained that you cannot this is not an actual advice, this is not an actual advice on trademarks. This is just my experience. So okay, let's go back. Amazon suggests that Amazon Merch suggests that you should check your trademarks with USPTO website before you submit your designs. So for this purpose, I am on this USPTO website. Then you will go. So on this website, you will go to this trademarks tab and then searching trademarks. Now, this video is not a complete guide as to how should you check your trademarks. This is just to give you an idea of what trademarks are and how much you should be careful about using any certain word or phrase in your design. You must check each and every phrase that just comes to your mind or you see on an example online, maybe on Pinterest or Google Images. You must check each and every phrase with trademarks website, this USPTO website. So the easiest way is to go to this basic word mark, and then you can type your phrase here. For example, this phrase actually, this girl, we want to use the phrase this girl is an awesome, uh, so we want, for example, we want to use a phrase this girl loves Halloween, or this girl loves Christmas. So in order to use this phrase, we should so before we use this phrase, we should check it with our website, with this website, and make sure that this phrase is not copyrighted. For example, we have typed it, this girl loves Christmas, and now if there is no trademark for a certain phrase, it will show you that no test records are found. But if a certain word is trademark, then it will show you that and the phrase is actually trademark and you cannot use it. For example, we are going to use the word awesome. Now you can see that they have found 1365 trademarks for this single word awesome. So how can you be sure that the word is actually not trademarked and you can use it? So for example, these are different examples that are shown here, and some of them are not actually relevant. For example, this one awesome, here you can see that it is actually live, and there is a serial number for it. So what you are going to check is that if the trademark phrase have any registration number or not. If it has a registration number, it means that this one is protected, this phrase is protected and you cannot use it. So there is more to this than just checking the registration number and phrases and the status of the trademark as live or dead. There is more to it because it's so complex that it cannot be what I can say, it cannot be covered in a single video. So I'll make a separate video in which I will discuss what is my process to check the trademarks. So for now I'll just give you another example on how to easily check the trademarks, so that you don't have to go through the thousands of results that are shown on USPTO website. So there is another website called tmhunt.com. On this website you can actually type the phrase awesome, and you'll be able to see that it has shown you only 2 results. Now why is that this website is showing you only 2 results and the other USPTO website has shown you thousands of results? It is because that trademarks are actually made against certain types of products or certain types of services. For example, if there is a trademark for a brand of cold drink, it doesn't mean that the company owns the rights for that trademark for clothing. So for example, Nike used the brand names for clothing, and if another company comes and it uses the brand name Nike for a bakery or something, they can actually do it. Maybe it's a big brand, so they must not do it, but they can actually do it if it is not trademarked for any other services. So the USPTO actually divides different services and different products into different categories, so that people can actually trademark them for a specific service or of a specific type of products. So this website TM Hunt actually gives you the results only for the clothing brand. If you are going to so as you know that Amazon Merch only uses shirts and different types of shirts, so it mainly comes under the category of clothing. So Trademark Hunt actually gives you the results on clothing only. So it is the easiest way to check your phrases and for words, and to make sure that you are not actually violating any trademarks or any other person's rights, trademark rights. So another website is trademarkia.com. You can actually, this is also a good website to check your phrases and words for trademarks. And for example, again we check the word here awesome and search. Okay, now as you can see that this has given us the result, and also there are more than 5 pages of the results. The good thing about this website is that it actually gives you the type of products that word is or phrase is trademark for. For example, in this case, this awesome, this word or this phrase is actually trademark for clothing, footwear, and headgear. So you can easily see if there is a word or an illustration that is actually trademark. So this was the general overview of how to check your trademarks before submitting your designs or submitting your artwork for product on demand websites, and especially for Amazon, because Amazon is very strict about these kind of issues, the issues regarding copyrights and the issues regarding trademark infringements. And for the newbies, for people just starting up with Amazon merch, it is very risky for them if their design is taken down for copyright infringement or for trademark violation, because as they are just on the beginning stage, it is more likely that they might get their account suspended or even worse, terminated due to violation of trademarks and copyrights. So this is all for now. In the next video, I'll be talking I will just discuss in detail how I check my phrases for trademarks. So if you have found this video to be helpful in any regard, you can press like and share it with others. This channel is all about sharing tips and strategies is on making a living or earning an extra amount online. So if you are interested in this, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Thank you.